Here are my gold price predictions for 2023. I'm going to give you a few price targets moving higher. A couple of them are realistic targets for 2023, and I'll give you a couple of, you never know, it might just happen, but unlikely targets moving higher, and I'll do the same for targets moving lower. If you want to skip straight ahead to those targets, use the time codes below. Hey everyone, it's Joe from Ainslie Bullion, ainslieBullion.com.au. Hit the big red subscribe button because I do weekly technical analysis on gold, silver, platinum sometimes, and some of the cryptocurrencies as well. So it's well worth subscribing to the channel to stay updated throughout the year, plus the other amazing videos we do, our weekly Wednesday specials, our gold, silver standard insights videos on various topics. Definitely worth subscribing. That's the plug. Let's go straight to the gold price. You're looking at it on the tradingview.com website. It's priced in US dollars. We always use USD as the base because your currency, wherever you are in the world, floats against the USD because the USD is the world's reserve currency. That's why we use it as the base. And you're currently looking at the yearly time frame, so each candle is 12 months. Let's take a quick look at where we've been. And a couple of indicators, got some a couple of trend lines in here. Of course, just very quickly, reliable data starts from around about 1967. You've got the old high in 1980 of $870 US, the lows in the late 90s, early 2000s of $250 US, the big bull run in the 2000s, topping out in 2011 at $1,920 US, the consolidation back down in 2015, 2016 to around about $1,050 US, and the recent double top of $2,070 US roughly in 2020 and 2022. We've opened the year green so far. We opened at 1,820, currently hovering at about 1,860. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do to start off with. I do think, though, this is the most useful. These are the most useful trend lines at the moment. If you disagree, pop a comment below. But right here, going through this old high of 2011 and the recent more high of the recent all-time high, $2,070 in 2020, double top right there, 2022. And then going through the low right here, so a resistance level in 2006, a support level in 2009, and then the support level in 2016. I think those are the most likely. So pretty easy. You've hit the time code, and now here is my price target moving high, my 3 or 4 price targets moving higher, couple which I think are realistic for 2023, and we'll do a bit of blue sky thinking. You never know what happens if the world goes crazy and every man and his dog is trying to get their hands on gold in 2023. So very simple support and resistance based on the yearly time frame. So here is my first target. I think you can pretty easily see it. I keep my price analyses pretty simple, just support and resistance lines, trend lines, and some Fibonacci too, which I'll show you in just a minute for our higher targets. But right here, I think the first most realistic price target for 2023 is this resistance level right here. So it tops out at, if you look, $1,960 US. So that's my first realistic price target for 2023. You can take a snapshot of this or just keep watching for the next ones, and you can bookmark this video and come back to it later on in the year to see how my predictions, quote unquote, shaped up. First resistance level here at $1,960, the most likely, in my opinion. Of course, more than a 50% chance that will top out here. My second price target is actually not here at the all-time high. I have a feeling that if we break the all-time high, if we come up to the all-time high again this year, I think it will be taken out because I think third time's usually a charm, but I think we would bump up against this trend line right here. So while I think this is the most likely, around about 1960, I'm going to give around about maybe a 50-50 chance that we do hit this trend line in 2023. And take a look, it's only from opening, it's only a where are we? If we're going right there, trend line, it would be topping out at around about 2020, 2030, 2120 or 2130 US dollars. That's around about a 16% gain for the year. So I think this is more likely to occur if we see, or if we go through a harder recession in 2023, an official recession. Gold can do well in recessionary times. It is a safe haven, not always, but more often than not. So I think if every man and his dog is trying to get gold in 2023 this year, it could potentially, I'll give it a 50% chance that it could push the price up to this trend line again. That's only a 15% gain for the year. You can certainly see other green candle years which have had way more than that. So I think that's the next realistic, and I'll give it a 50% chance of happening at the top of this trend line, and that's topping at around about, again, your $2,120 to $2,130 mark. So I'll just pop that in as well with a horizontal line. Let's call it 2125 just to pop it in the middle. Can I get it as close? Around about there. So that is my second price target. Realistic, again, 50% chance. More realistic, this one right here at 1960. But again, I think we'll sail through the all-time high. If I think third time will be a charm this year if we get close to there. But right here, realistic, 50% chance of $2,120. Let's call it that. So let's do my third price target moving higher. And this is the unlikely, but you never know. So what I'm going to use here is some Fibonacci analysis going back from the old high of 1980 to the old low of the late 90s, early 2000s of $250. So this point and this point right here. And I think I'm also going to take it. That's not what I meant. No, I didn't want to do that. None of that old high. No, I did want to show you this for a particular reason. That's correct. I wanted to show you this, not to show you the price prediction, but to show you how Fibonacci can be predictive over time. So what you'll actually notice between the old high of back in 1980 and this old low, you had the bull run in the 2000s, and where did it top out at? Right here at this Fibonacci from this old high and this old low, around a bit of the 2.618 Fibonacci. Technically it was around about $1,890, and we actually topped out in 2011, as you can see, at the 1920 mark. So it can be predictive. The Fibonacci levels can be predictive on larger time frames, but also on medium-term time frames as well. I just wanted to show you that, but this is my actual thought on in 2023. If we happen to break through, I don't think it's likely, but if we break through here, we will see a bit of a breakout, because what happens when you break out of a major trend line, a lot of people think, oh wow, it's going to go much higher. If you break out, you tend to have a significant breakout if you do break out of a major trend line. So I'll show you I'm taking it from this high and this low. That's right there. And I think that is the most likely where we would break out and we would top out at in 2023. Most likely in terms of the crazy price, oh my goodness, everyone wants gold. I don't think we're going to hit this price, but I'm just going to make mention of it. It's at around about your $2,400 level. Again, it's based on this high in 2011 and this low in 2016. So I'm just going to make mention of it. It's the 1.618 Fibonacci level between this high and this low of around about your $2,400 level. I'm going to pop that in. Again, I don't think it's going there in 2023. It's unlikely in my opinion, but I'm just going to pop that there in case something happens. You never know. So those are my three targets moving higher for 2023, major areas of resistance. First one, the most likely, $1,960. The second one, bumping up against this trend line, maximum $2,120, and unlikely, but if we do see it, if we do break out, I think we could break out up to the $2,400 level. But again, those are my two realistic targets for 2023 moving higher. Let's talk about my realistic targets moving lower. Now, you have to have those two in case you're waiting with some dry powder to get some gold at cheaper prices. And also bear in mind, just like in 2022, look at this range right here. And it's such a crazy year for gold. We actually opened not much higher than when we closed in 2022, but this range in 2022, if you take a look, was a nearly 30% range in 2022. So that's very well within the possibilities of, coming down to a couple of key levels. And what are they for me? Let me let you know. You can see this first one here. Again, it's based on previous resistance on the yearly time frame. I'm going to pop it in. You can see it right here at $1,680. That's a previous level of resistance right here. You can see that in in 2011, because we're on the yearly time frame. 2011 was an area of resistance, and we failed to break out of it, so we had that fast move to the downside, and then it acted as support in 2021. So potentially the first target moving low where we could bottom out at is at that 1680 level. Me personally, if we do come down to that 1680 level, I am a buyer of gold at that point. Could we go lower? Absolutely. But that would be the first point where I would consider purchasing gold if we have a big move down this year, 1680. My next level down is right here, if you can see it. It's very simple to see on the yearly time frame. It's where we spiked up at in 2019, and that's right here at your 1550, 1560 level. I'm going to pop it in basically around about there. I think this is less likely. So the most likely low for 2023 is at 1680. The less likely, but still more than a 50% chance, of a low of 1560, roughly 1550, 1560. And my last target moving lower, which I don't think it will hit, but you never know just in case. It's a pretty wild swing, but I'm just going to take it to the bottom of this trend line right here. Unlike the price moving higher, where I think there's more than less than a 50% chance, but you never know, we could break above this trend line. I don't think we're going to break below this trend line right here. So I'm going to say less than a 50% chance, but I think it's an area just to keep in mind. I really don't think it's going to hit there in 2023, but we're going to keep it around about this area. I'm going to give it a range actually of between, I'm going to actually keep it around about here at your previous levels of resistance. So I really don't think we'll even come up to hit this trend line, this bottom trend line right here. So I'm going to keep it right here at around about your 1370, 1380 level. So that is it. That is my 3 price targets moving higher, my 3 price targets moving lower. Let me get rid of this trend line just so you can see them a little bit better. You can pause this video, you can take a snapshot, you can bookmark this for 2023. Keep coming back to this particular video over the next 12 months and see how it's tracking. Have these become major areas of support or resistance? So to quickly recap, my 3 targets moving higher, my 2 realistic targets, $1,960 US, $2,120 US, and the not realistic, but you never know just in case, $2,400 US for 2023. Moving lower, my first target moving lower, $1,680. First realistic, second realistic, $1,560 US, and unrealistic, less than 50% chance, but you never know. It's a big level of resistance right here, and I think a lot of buyers would be coming in here at $1,380 US. But these 2 higher and these 2 lower, the most likely targets moving higher and moving lower for 2023. Did you find this valuable? Post a comment below, give me some props. If you didn't find it valuable, if you think you have some different price targets, let me know your price targets, but also give me a reason why. Or if you like, hey, here's a challenge for you. post your own technical analysis video, put it on your channel, and you can put a link below to that because we love to hear opinions on either side. We want to hear from you, our viewers. So that's it, a gold price predictions video for 2023. Please like this video, please share this video around, and hit the big red subscribe button to join us here for, again, the wide range of informational videos we post 5 days a week, including weekly Wednesday specials and more. I will keep you updated with the gold price, the silver price, the platinum price, and crypto prices as we move along through 2023. Lastly, thank you so much for watching. As we say here at the end, balance your wealth in an unbalanced world. Take care, and we'll speak to you soon.